can't contain myself. I said, I can't contain myself. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona, host of When Persona Speaks. It's Saturday morning, 11 a.m., almost 11 a.m. It's 10:50. You know, 10:50. Look, 10. Start a couple minutes early. You feel me? Start a couple minutes early. It's nothing wrong with starting a little early, especially when you hype, right? When you hype, when you got so much to talk about, you can't contain yourself. Oh! I said I can't contain myself because things are too good right now. And you might be wondering, what are you talking about, Persona? What are you talking about? Listen, we're going to talk about it. Today is going to be such a great show, guys. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to have some laughs. We're going to have some, it's going to be great. Trust me, I promise. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. But before we get into anything today, let's first give the shout outs to the chat. Let's get the shout outs to the chat because without the chat, without the supporters, without you guys, man, this is impossible. So, starting out, Rollo got in the building. Appreciate you, Rollo, for coming through. Yo, Sam Ash in the building. Andre 6K. It's my boy in the building. Shout out to Andre. Yo, Buck Rogers in the building. What is good, Buck Rogers? Yo, Philip Sin 22 in the building. I appreciate you for coming through. And big shout out to Buck Rogers and Sam Ash. Early birds. They was here before the podcast even started. They said, I'm ready, Persona. My hype is through the roof, Persona. I'm ready. I'm waiting on you. Okay? You told me 11 o'clock. I'm here at 10:45. Ready for you, Persona. So big shout out to Buck Rogers and Sam Ash, man. Definitely appreciate y'all coming through. And yo, I wanna read something that Buck Rogers said because when I was like getting everything started, I'm saying what's up to the chat and everything, and Buck Rogers was like, "Yo, Persona, don't open up the chat to any bots. That guy killed Barry's podcast yesterday." Yo, man. Yo, listen. I can't, man. I can't, man. Like it comes to a point where everyone's got their opinions. I just had to sign off at some point. Not sign off as in leave the podcast, but I don't know. It's just some of the things that were gripes. Some of the things that were gripes definitely was like throwing me off because I'm just like, okay, we're saying the reviewer, and we're gonna talk about the Last of Us 2 reviews. We're gonna have our moment and laugh at everybody else that was saying, oh, the game sucks. We're gonna definitely have our moment. Trust me, guys. But I don't know. Like he was saying, like the he understands the gripe with the violence because things are too sometimes there's a thing that's too much violence. Then I'm like, okay, but what about Mortal Kombat? And he's like, oh, well, Mortal Kombat is funny violence. And I'm like, what? How is anything about Mortal Kombat funny? I'm dead. Yo, let me just put that into perspective for you guys, right? And we're not going to spend too much time on this because this ain't what this show is about. Also, let me know how the sound levels are. Make sure do I sound good? Do I need to be turned up? Let me know, guys. But I just Mortal Kombat 11 fatalities. Fatalities. All fatalities. Let's just do all fatalities. Fatalities, right? So, I'm sitting here trying to understand, right? So, let's just look, because again, I'm sitting here trying to understand, right? You know, Mortal Kombat is funny violence, right? This is what he said. Funny, Mortal Kombat is funny violence. So guys, real quick, and again, we're not going to spend too much time on this because this is not what the show is about. You feel me? We're not spending a lot of time on this. I just want to put my side of it into perspective, where I'm like, saying it's too much violence, it's like saying, oh, there's too much air in this room to breathe, so I don't like it. Like, it doesn't make sense. And then saying that one is more violent than the other, and then to say something is funny violence in terms of Mortal Kombat 11, let's watch some of these fatalities with Mortal Kombat 11, and you tell me if this shit's funny.
Finish her.
I mean, let's keep it a stack here. This is Baraka. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's funny to you? I mean, listen. Is that funny? Is that what? That's funny to you? Look at what this man is doing. Look what he's about to do. That's funny. This is funny.
Fatality.
This is funny violence or fun
Baraka
violence.
wins.
This is fun violence. What? Let's watch two more.
Finish her.
Let's watch two more. This is Baraka. Oh, this is his other one. Look at that. That's funny to you?
Fatality.
What?
Baraka wins.
Somebody help me here. Somebody help me here. Is this funny?
Finish him.
Yo, she just kicked this man's heart out of his chest. Look at that.
Fatality.
That's funny to you. That's cute.
Cassie Cage wins. Flawless.
Violence is violence. You understand?
Finish him.
Violence is violence. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Mind you, this game came out, what, 2 years ago? Violence is violence. That's it. Like, there is no fun violence, funny violence. Violence is violence. You understand? There is no, you're not putting any, you're trying to glorify one and bash or put down the other. No, look what's happening here. Based off the gameplay I've seen with The Last of Us, I don't see spines coming out of people's entire bodies. You feel me? I don't, yeah, she'll smack a motherfucker with a nailed bat and a piece of his face to come off. Sure, she'll stab up some dogs and she's stabbing up motherfuckers and stuff. Sure, but I'm not seeing nothing nowhere as graphic in Last of Us as I see in Mortal Kombat. That's all I'm saying. So that's why I wasn't understanding. It was just weird that he was very dismissive. He was very dismissive of Mortal Kombat, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that's fun violence. He was like, oh, that's fun violence, and I'm like, no, this is not fun violence at all. It's just violence. Like you're trying to add something extra to it to make it seem more family friendly, quote unquote. No, it's just violence. Period. Regardless of how it is or what it is. If two people are fighting in the street, that's violence. If someone gets murdered, they're both the same thing. They both are derived from the same place. So that was my whole thing. But yo, man, let me say what's up to everybody else that's here, man. Yo, Stealth, what's up? Enzo Machiavelli, what is good? Who else is here? Oh, JKS Guy Code, what is good, man? Appreciate you coming through, man. Really, really appreciate you coming through. EJ in the building, appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you guys so much. Plus Ultra in the building, appreciate you coming through. And the lurkers, you know, everyone that's lurking and just kind of listening, I appreciate y'all too this early in the morning, man. I definitely appreciate y'all. So, now that we're off that topic, talk about that stuff. All the people who went looking for the leaks are the ones complaining about the violence. They had hoped the game would fail, but it wouldn't, like we all knew. That's a fact, Sam. That's a fact, bruh. We gonna Sam, we gonna talk about it, I promise. We gonna talk about it. Cause we gonna gloat. We gonna laugh. And everything. And as you guys can see, the PlayStation 5 reveal video. Ooh! I had to change the videos from Last of Us. I love Last of Us so much, but I had to change the videos. We gotta watch this fucking PS5 reveal, so I gotta make sure that it's always there, so guys can always be reminded of greatness. You understand? Also, round of applause. I don't think I gave y'all a round of applause. Big round of applause to everybody here. I'm loving the design more and more. Yo, we gonna talk about it. Yo, Rollo, that design is sexy. That design is sexy. You feel me? Andre said, "Yo, I can't control my hype for what we're about to get in next gen on PlayStation." Yo, this is a fact, bro. Yo, let's start it up, guys. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna watch the reveal together, real quick. Not the entire video. No, not the entire show. We're just gonna watch when they showed the PS5. Just cause this was. Yo, I was so happy. Like, the games, obviously, let me put a disclaimer out there, right? Like, video games are definitely top of the list, and I'm so happy. Like, my mind was blown. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was so happy to see that. But I also wanted to see the console, too. You feel me? I really wanted to see the console. You feel me? And when they showed the console at the end, right, I was hyped. You know what? Let me. I'm gonna play my reveal. I'm gonna play the video from the reveal from my show. Hold up, let me find it. That's the one we gonna watch. My reaction. Here we go. All right, so we gonna. So me, if you don't know, for those. Oh, yo, Social Joints was good. Yo, Raph was good, man. Appreciate you guys coming through. I hope you guys enjoying your Saturday. So we gonna watch. We're gonna watch my reveal because me and Barry did a dual reveal or whatever of the live reactions of the show, and I wanted to like capture my moment when we were looking when it was happening. So I posted it up on my channel. So we're gonna watch that. Shout out to my boy Barry, man. Yo, real talk, man. It was real fun watching the show with him. But yo,
you can do it.
Let's peep this real quick, man. So this is from my live stream, my reactions, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, I rewatched it and I was like, yo, I said some of that stuff. Yo, I was in the moment, yo. Like, I was like so in the moment, and I just like I was just so hyped. Like it like my excitement was just, it felt. I'm gonna talk about what it felt after. So let's watch this. Y'all gonna laugh because I was definitely saying some crazy stuff, but yo, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's watch the reveal.
You can do it, PlayStation. Do this for me. That's all I'm asking. Do this for me. Do this for me, PlayStation.
I'm breathing mad hard.
I'm breathing mad hard.
Do it.
Jesus.
Do it.
The death kit. The fans. The V.
Do it. That's what I'm talking about. Show him the console. Do it.
Oh my God. Yo, I was so hyped, bro.
Do it.
I was so hyped.
That's what I'm talking about. Look what I say, boy. What I say.
Yo, I was so hyped. I was so fucking hyped.
Boy, come to me.
Oh, so it's matching the DualSense, bro.
Yo, that fan is crazy. One USB is at the back and the front.
See, kind of 1 and 2. What's going on? Don't have no.
I thought they was gonna show the price right here
H5.
too.
Yo,
Bet you that scan comes separately.
I I'm sure
It's like a tower too. It's like a tower.
Yes.
Yo, Barry's so
That's
funny,
sleek.
real. Barry
So
always
futuristic.
he always on with it, man. He always analyzing, man.
forgot
That's
it was
my
up.
boy. I bet that stand coat some separately. Yo, now this surprised me. This was like the biggest surprise for me. I won't lie.
Wait, what? 2. Discless 1.
Oh, a discless and a disc one. Oh, digital edition. Oh, that's what might be the cheaper one. So there's a disc one and a discless one.
You know what's funny? Once the discless showed up, I started going into analyze mode too. Yo, once the discless console showed up, I started like analyzing, yo, what PlayStation about to do here? What PlayStation about? Yo, I was in my head like calculating so much. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I watched my reaction this video like maybe like 10 times because it was just so funny because like the reaction was just so authentic, right? It was so dope. Like I really did like it a lot. So I watched it a couple times. You know, it was a great moment for me. It reminded me of what is that? It reminded me of like the PS2 days, the PS1 days. You know, it just reminded me of like those times. You know, I was really excited to see it. You know, real talk. But now that we've seen that, let's start looking at let's look at the console now. Let's kind of break it down, right? So off the bat, we're gonna talk about this, guys. Hold on, these are the games. We're gonna do game breakdowns probably tomorrow on Monday. Today is just gonna be like the console and some other stuff. So off the bat, right? Off the bat, this console is sexy, guys. Like I'm sorry, this console is it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like when I first seen the console, I was definitely very, very, very impressed for two reasons. One, it does not look anything like the dev kit. I am so happy that the console does not look like the dev kit. I'm so happy. But Barry did point out one thing, and I think he might be right here, right? So if you look at the console, right, so you see here at the bottom of the console, it's like more straight. And then as it goes up, it curves out, right? Now, obviously, we know that this is where the fans are, right? We know this is where the fans are. We know this is, you know, that's what's happening. But it does still maintain that V shape, you know? It may not be exactly like how it was with the dev kit, but, you know, if you standing it up on its side, I mean, if you standing the console up like this, you do see the V shape, right? And I, you know, shout out to Barry because he definitely pointed that out. But even the fan placements, right? The fan clearly goes all the way around the console, like around the back, right? Like these vents are definitely like there's some airflow going through here. There's definitely some serious airflow. So I definitely think it'll be interesting to see because even for me, like I haven't decided if I'm gonna lay it flat or if I'm going to stand it up like this. I'm not sure yet because it will sit on my desk, right? But I'm still trying to figure out if I want to lay it flat or if I want to stand it up like this. Let me pop out the chat so I can make sure that I see you guys. Hold up, let me pop out the chat. All right, so I see you guys. All right, cool. So that, you know, I can see what y'all typing as we talk. So, you know, the fan placements I like. One thing I do like too, that light bar, right? If you look closely at the light bar, right? like the light bar wraps all the way around the console as well. And that's where I'm like, all right, so I'm, because like I see people trying to, they're trying to say it's a router, blah, 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 it's a modem, all this other stuff, right? And I'm going to be honest, guys. I feel like some of this stuff is, I feel like they're forcing some of the jokes. And the reason why I say that is because I'm like, guys, when you look at the Xbox Series X, that motherfucker looks like a fridge, okay? Like, it's uninspiring, okay, the design, right? I mean, I don't know, like, they were trying to say it looks like an air purifier. I just feel like the jokes that they're trying to make is forced, right? I'm not saying that they're right or wrong, right? Because, some of them are funny. But I also feel like some people, they're forcing the jokes just so that they can like so it can say, oh, well, we were making fun of Xbox, now let's make fun of PlayStation 5. I'm not saying it doesn't look like that, right? The jokes are funny, right? But I feel like people are trying to use this as a negative. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, when you think about it, a router, and this is why I think the jokes are funny, right? And this is why I feel like the jokes kind of backfire to a degree, right? Because a router is used to connect people to the internet. It's used to connect people together, right? Whatever. That's a good thing. An air purifier is used to keep air clean, which is a good thing. So I'd rather be an air purifier and a router than a trash can and a fridge. Now, for granted, people can say, oh, well, a fridge houses food, which keeps you nourished. Fine. I'll let you have that. But still, a trash can? But anyway, the jokes are funny, right? The router, modem, whatever jokes, they are funny. They are very funny. I'm not going to lie. Yo, AI was good. Baltimore's was good. J0, what is going on? Cyber Dragon, what's good? The Almighty Spartan, God, in the building, what is good? Reverse Oreo, I don't know, like these jokes just seem, the jokes with the Xbox just seemed, they seemed more creative and it just seemed more genuine. Like people were legit like trying to make fun of this thing. I feel like with PS5, they're I don't know, they're trying to push it. Whatever. Anyway, let's continue. So again, the console standing on its side, it looks good. It looks clean. Like I do like it. And I am hoping that the stand does come with the console. If it doesn't, I'll definitely be picking one up. But I do hope that it does come with the console, because a part of me is like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stand this. I think I'm gonna stand this motherfucker up, right? So the curvature of the console, how tall the console looks. Now this is another thing, like, cause this thing looks like it's really tall. Like it looks like this console looks like it's pretty sizable, right? And I'm gonna show you like a console comparison that was taken from Reddit of all the consoles, just to kind of show, because if this is the true size of the console, this console is going to be huge. You understand? This console is going to be huge. This thing, if this thing is that tall, Sam Ash, in Almighty, if this thing is that tall, taller than the PS3 OG, and PS3, guys, you remember that PS3. Remember how big that goddamn PS3 box was? Remember when you pulled that PS3 out the box? How big that thing was? This is bigger than that in terms of the how tall it is? I don't know, boy. That box gonna be huge, man. And yeah, that's right, Plus Ultra. PS3 was heavy as hell. That PS3 was, you needed to lift weights to get that PS3 up, bro. That PS3 was heavy. That big boy was heavy. And I had the OG PS3, the 60 gig that had the Vita memory card slot and all that stuff. The PS2 memory card slot and all that stuff. That boy was big. That boy was big. But, if the console is that tall, I think standing it up might be more of a viable option as opposed to sitting it on its side, because it's going to take up more room on the desk. You feel me? So, it might be a modem. Big ass modem sitting on my desk. What's that? Is that a modem? What's that? I'm like, nah, that's a PlayStation. What? Nah, that's not no PlayStation. How the fuck you gonna tell me? You feel me? So I do like it. Now right here with the USBs, right? I think this USB I think is a 3.1, right? I might be wrong because I remember they said something about 3.1 ports. So I'm thinking this is the 3.1 port. Now this port right here, this second little port, I'm wondering if this is a proprietary port, like lightning charge port or something like that, for the controller. Because I remember them saying that you're gonna be able to charge this controller incredibly fast. Like it's gonna have like quick charging and all this other stuff, right? I wonder if that port in the front is dedicated towards that. If it is, then fine, cool. That's great. I think I don't know, because it threw me off because I was expecting to see 2 or more USB ports. Now, I wonder if there's going to be 1 or 2 USB ports in the back of the console, because if these are the only 2 ports on the console, I kind of have an issue with that, right? Just because even now for an example, I use my external hard drive. I plug my external hard drive, 5 terabyte external hard drive on my PS4 in that back USB port, right? Then I use the 2 USB ports in the front. I use one for charging, and then I have a USB port splitter. And with the USB port splitter, I plug my headset. I plug my my fight stick. I plug my phone, so I could charge my phone or whatever. Like I just do multiple things with the PS4 ports because I have that splitter, right? Andre 6K said, the diskless is a sure dip, but I hope it has more memory to make up for not being able to put a disc in. Yeah, I agree, Andre 6K. Like we're gonna definitely talk about that diskless version in a second because I got some idea. I got some thoughts in my head that I gotta break down for you guys that I think this is what's gonna happen. But so I plug a lot of different things into my PlayStation ports. So if I'm playing a fighting game and I'm using a fight stick, but I also want to charge my controllers, and I got my external hard drive plugged in, and all I need a headset to be able to talk and do all this other stuff. So I wonder how many ports, if any, are going to be in the back, because if it's only going to be 1 port in the front, right, and that's really it, I do have a problem with that. I do, just because we need ports. Now the only difference here with next gen is we're not going to be using traditional hard drives. So because we're not using traditional hard drives, we're using those NVMEs, and they're just gonna plug. Well, that's with the Xbox. I don't know how that's gonna work with the PlayStation. Like in terms of external storage, strictly in terms of external storage, specifically built around the PlayStation 5. Those NVMe external hard drives or whatever. I don't know if it's gonna be. I'm not sure, and I can't remember at this exact moment, but I can't remember if it's going to be a specific port or specific opening within the back of the console that you just plug that little external NVMe card into, and that serves as your external storage. I'm not sure if that's the case. If that's the case, then that eliminates having to have as many ports, so to speak, but it still would be great to have at least 3 traditional USB ports on the console, albeit the front or the back, right? I can understand you wanting to put the ports in the back just so that the front looks more sleek, more clean. You want it to be a little more smoothed out, whatever the case may be of the design choice for that. I just would like at least 3 ports on the console, right? 2 to 3 traditional ports, right? Because I don't count this little port, because I'm assuming, and again, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming that this little port in the front is specifically for the controller, right? To charge the, super fast charging on a controller. I know, I could be wrong. We don't know. We definitely need more information, but at a first glance, that's what I think it is. Then, this, well, we're gonna get to the optical drive in a second. That big body, that thing got a big body. These two little sections down here, right? I'm looking at this and I'm assuming, yeah, this is the power. Okay, never mind. So these two buttons down here are these. This is the power, and that's the eject button. Got you. Because like I looked again, like I'm really looking at it, and I'm like, all right, those are the power. Those are the power buttons. I like them. I like how they blend pretty well. Like when you're looking at the console, you're not the buttons don't take away from the console. Like it's not, the buttons aren't distraction or too loud, so to speak, right? So I do like that a lot. But the sleekness of this design, the optical drive itself. Now this is something that I'm still kind of understanding, because like when I see it laid down flat, right? When you see it laid down flat, right? This is it laid down flat. When I'm looking at it laid down flat, the optical drive isn't at the top. It's at the bottom, right? I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I don't know. A part of me would want the optical drive to kind of be at the top of the console. Just because, I don't know, it being that close to the ground like that, I don't know. Maybe that, I ain't buying the optical. I'm looking out for y'all. Yo, Link, what's good, bro? I'm looking out for y'all, all right? Because I'm not buying no optical drive PS5. You feel me? Like, I've been digital boys since 2017. So this I'm looking out for y'all when it comes to this optical drive. I'm good. Like, again, the console's great. I love this design of it a lot. This is definitely beautiful. But let's look at this. Let's look at this digital. You feel me? Let's look at the digital version, because this is like like the digital version is definitely like ultimate sleekness, right? With it not having that optical drive, it just resonates so much better with me. You feel me? Yo, Jay Barry in the building. Jay Barry, what's good, bro? Appreciate you coming through. This digital only version of the console, it's so beautiful, guys. Like, I immediately, as soon as I seen this, I said, yo, this is the one I'm getting. It's so sleek, it's so smooth, the curves look beautiful. This is the one I want. Like, hands down, this is definitely the one that I want. And because again, I'm all digital, right? I don't buy physical games anymore. I've been digital again for like 3+ years. So having an all digital console, that doesn't bother me at all, especially if the price is going to be significantly lower. We're going to talk about that in a second, guys. I'm going to break it down, I promise. But yeah, the design, essentially the design is still the same, just without the optical drive. I love those blue LED lights going all the way around the console. The blue looks sexy. The console is very, very beautiful. I hope the stand comes with the console. Yo, Sick Humor TV in the building. Shout out to my boy Sick Humor in the building. Yo, Jamar in the building. Das Mises, what's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. Night Guy in the building. I appreciate you guys coming through, man. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys enjoying the show. Kick your feet up. Relax. I hope you enjoy. So, the digital console, as soon as I seen this, right? I in my head, I immediately said, the digital is what I'm going for. Hands down, that's what I'm going for. Like, I didn't even need to think about it. I just knew that's what I was going for, because it fits with what I currently do. I'm all digital. I don't use any physical. So digital is sexy. Now, I want to see the back of the console. I want to see the HDMI ports and all that stuff. I want to see what all that stuff is about. Hopefully we'll see that stuff soon. I think we'll more than likely see that stuff at a trailer breakdown, like a console breakdown, not trailer. Why I say why did I say trailer? Console breakdown, and we'll definitely see more. So the console is sexy. Sexy. When I say sexy, you gotta say sexy. As soon as I seen the console, I was like, wow. As soon as I seen the console, I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I looked at it and I was like, oh no, that one doesn't work. Damn it. Damn it. I was going to do the hold away. Damn it, that one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. All right, I looked at it and I was like,
shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money. But the headset looks cool. I'm more of like an Astros guy, right? I'm not really that big on, like, the PlayStation Golds were good, and I liked them for what they were. I may buy these just because, but I normally play with Astros, and I normally use a wired headset. You know, I don't normally use wireless headsets. I use wired. So, just because you get a better, you know, you ain't got to worry about Bluetooth interference and all that other stuff. So, I more than likely may use my headset, but I may still get these. I don't know. The remote was cool as well. Not nothing too crazy about it. You know, I'm not getting no remote. I don't need that. I don't watch TV. The charging station. Now, again, with the charging station, if this is something that takes a proprietary cord that plugs into this little port right here, then, you know, I'm definitely picking up the charging station, hands down. Like, I'm definitely picking up the charging station. And I'm definitely picking up like two extra controllers. Oh, the remote is for the camera. Okay. Shout out to Social Joins. I don't know if I said what's up to you, Social. But you know, in terms of, like, you know, the charging station, it looks cool, it looks good. I like it. Definitely pick that up because, you know, that'll definitely eliminate having to have multiple ports to charge the console. Then the camera. I really like the camera. This clam, like a little clam, you know, with eyes. It looks cool. Like I like this camera a lot, actually. I'm definitely gonna pick up the camera. My only thing is, you know, is this something that you can kind of mount on your TV or sit on top of your TV? Like, because with the PlayStation 4 camera, it's got like this, the bottom part of it. You can kind of fit it to where it can wrap over your TV and it'll sit, right? I'm wondering if there's a stand or something like this that comes with the camera, so that, you know, you can sit it up top of your TV properly, mount it on the TV or whatever, or sit it on the desk, like, you know, where it can capture you in its entirety. That'll be interesting to see. But this console is beautiful. This console is beautiful, guys. Okay, when I say beautiful, beautiful, right? So let's do a comparison, right? Where are we at? Where are we? I know oh, here we go. Right? So, this is the comparison of all the consoles. Well, not all, but from last gen to this gen to next gen, right? Fine. As you can see, and again, if this is a proper render, like if this is like true to size what the console, like how large it's gonna be, yo, this is crazy. First off, can we talk about how big this goddamn PS3 was? Yo, OG PS3 was so big. Like, this thing, especially when you look from PS3 to PS4, look how slim and small. This is just regular PS4. This is a regular, you know, this is the OG PS4, the first ones that we all got at launch, right? Look at that compared to the launch edition of the PS3. Man, did we come far. My God, did we come far. Right? Then when you look at the PS4 Pro, you see that it's slightly taller. It's a little thicker, a little thick body. But it's nowhere near. It's still manageable. You get what I'm saying? We're still very manageable. Then you get to this monster called the PS5. Guys, if this is a true, like, I'm so serious. If this is a true render and this is exactly how it's gonna look, my God, bro, this thing is huge. It's the biggest, not biggest as in body wise. Well, it might be in body wise as well, but look how tall this thing. This thing looked like the Empire State Building. Tallest console out of all of these things. That's serious. That is crazy. I'm with it though. And this is why I'm still trying to decide. PS5 is the Avengers building. Yeah, Cyber Dragon, yeah. That thing is definitely the Avengers building. That thing is tall as hell. Yo, Jose Betancourt in the building. Shout out to my boy Jose, man. He do the post gamer report. A really, really cool guy, man. That's my boy, man. I would love to know where they got the dimensions on specifications for the PS5. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, sick. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like, kind of take this with definitely take this with like a grain of salt. Cause I don't know, like I feel like the console won't be this tall, but then again, it looks pretty tall. And when you looking at when you look at the reveal, it definitely does look this tall. Like, it does look like it's a taller console. So it's hard to say. I think we're gonna have to wait until we get it in our hands. Maybe wait until we get, we get an actual console breakdown. When we watch Mark Cerny do it or whoever's gonna do it, and we can kind of gauge a little bit better of how like big or how tall this thing might be. But let's do a comparison to the Xbox Series X. Now listen, guys, let me put the disclaimer out there, right? Let me put the disclaimer out there. Yo, shout out to Sig, yo. Definitely get the kids the all digital. You feel me? Let me put a disclaimer out there before we do this comparison, right? I hate that I have to do this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this anyway, just to save face. Do I prefer PlayStation? Yes, right. But it's okay to be critical about things, right? I think people don't understand that, like, we're critical about everything in our lives. Everyone is critical about everything. You feel me? Me being critical about the console, about the Xbox Series X, is me pointing out based off what, like, now that we finally have both consoles, we can definitely do a true comparison to see which one looks better, right? Now, listen, a lot of people are going to say, oh, I think the Xbox Series X looks better. That's fine. Yo, E-Man, what's good, man? That's fine, right? I'm going to give my unfiltered thoughts here, right? Feel how you feel. Everyone's entitled to feel how they feel, right? But I'm about to give my unfiltered thoughts, right? So buckle up. So PS5 and Xbox Series X. Is this even a contest? Is this even a comparison, guys? Yo, Stardust, what's good? Is this even a compare? Can we even compare? Is it even fair? Is it even fair to compare these two? I got the answer for you.
Denied.
No. You know why? You know why? Because there is no comparison. Guys, let's keep it a stack here. Let's be real, guys. When I look at the Series X compared to the PS5, and I'm actually glad that all these other consoles are here, because then we can really, like, yo, when I look at the Series X compared to the PS5, yo, the Series X, it's a very lazy design. It does not scream next gen to me. It's not appealing to the eye. This does not scream next generation. Not at all. Looking at the Series X, this design is boxy. It's late. I don't like it. I don't like it. The Series X looks like a very lazy design. It doesn't look sleek. It doesn't look like something that would, you sit on your entertainment center or something like that, and someone is going to look at it and be like, ooh, what's that? That looks dope, right? You see what I mean? When you put the PSX, the PSX, when you put the PS5 on your entertainment center, right? And you got company over, right? You got it standing up on the side or whatever. Someone might say, yo, is that your router? Right? Nah, that's my PS5. And that's fine. Right? But think about, yo, what's that? Like, they're curious. They're curious when it comes to the PS5. Yo, what's that? Right? You sit that Series X on your entertainment center, guys. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that box thing? What the fuck is that box thing on your entertainment center? Yo. Can you imagine? You got company over. Right? So say you got a girl over at the crib or something. You got some family over, whatever. You got the PSX, I keep saying the PSX, the Xbox Series that's sitting on your entertainment center. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that box thing? What the fuck is that box thing sitting there, yo? Oh. What is that? They're going to ask the same question, but the enthusiasm is different because it doesn't look appealing to the eye. Like, yo, what is that box? Is that your subwoofer? Yo, Buck, yes. Is that your subwoofer? No, that ain't a subwoofer. Like, that's legit. Like, that's the reaction you're going to get, yo. And I'm telling you, if there's people in here that's going to buy both consoles, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Someone's going to be like, yo, what's that? With that Xbox Series X. But all jokes aside, I don't know. When I look at the PlayStation 5, it just looks more appealing to the eye, right? When I look at the PlayStation 5, it looks next gen to me. It looks appealing to the eye. If you got this on display, you're like, yo, this looks dope. Even when you look back at the Xbox One X, Xbox One X, Xbox One 360s, and look how sleek and how good the 360 looks, You go into the Xbox One, Xbox One does look like a VCR. We did make that joke, and it legit did. I'm not going to lie, that Xbox One do look like a big-ass VCR. But, the One X is sleek, it's slim. Like, it looked like someone just glued two Xbox One X's together and fed it a whole bunch of carbs, and it just gained so much weight that this is what it is. One X has better design. Yeah, the One X design is definitely really good. That's a great design. Like the 360s and all these are good designs. The Xbox One, I don't know. The jury's still out on this one. But the Xbox One X, the design is great. Like it's definitely a good design. It's sleek, it's slim. You can stand it on the side. You can lay it flat. Like it looks good. It looks appealing to the eye. This Series X, nah. There is no comparison. There just isn't. Like the light, when you look at the light bar going around the console, so at night, when you're playing it, you see the lights. It's just, I don't know. The PS5 just looks more futuristic. The PS5 just looks more like a next generation console to me, personally. That's it. Like that's like I gotta keep it real with y'all. That's it. Like the PS5, to me, the PS5 looks better hands down. There is no comparison. Yo, G Junior, what's good, bro? Appreciate you coming through. Xbox is going to be dead like Atari. Damn, chill, EJ. Don't give him the way of Atari. So yeah, that's the look of the console, right? It's great. One more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is the digital and non-digital versions. Now, I spoke about this on I spoke about this on my live reactions with Jay Barry. We kind of talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to go a little deeper and kind of give you guys my full on thoughts on why I feel the way that I feel about this. So I'm not gonna lie, when we saw the console reveal, right, and when we saw the digital versions, um, I was very surprised, and I was very surprised for a couple of reasons. One of the biggest reasons that I was surprised was that I wasn't expecting to see a digital version. Like, I didn't think they were going. I thought we were just going to see the console. It's got a disc. This is what it is. That's it. When we saw the digital only version, I was definitely very, very, very surprised at that. Happy, right? But now that we know that there are two different versions coming out at launch, my brain, the gears in my brain are starting to turn a little bit. You feel me? The gears in my brain are starting to, okay, now I see what's going on here. So what am I talking about? One of the things that quite a few people were talking about when it came to the PlayStation 5 was the price, right? A lot of people were worried, and again, Mark Cerny said it. Everyone said it. Yo, Choco, what's good? Appreciate you coming through. Mark Cerny said it, and everybody said it, right? That, the PlayStation 5. No, Mark Cerny said that you can't use teraflops as a proper unit of measurement of the power of a console, whatever, right? So, fine. We can't use that, right? A lot of people are looking at the fact that, the PlayStation is only 10.3 teraflops and the Xbox Series X is 12 teraflops. So it should, if the PS5 costs more, that's not right because it's not the more powerful console. Now, if you want to judge that based off a 2 teraflop difference, go get your head examined, pretty much. Seriously, go get your head examined. But when I see both consoles, right, and I see that there's a digital version of the exact same console with the PlayStation 5, there's a digital only version, a light bulb went off in my head. Because what did Jim Ryan say? Jim Ryan said that we want to transition people over to the PlayStation 5 at a much faster pace, right? How do you do that? You do that obviously with the games. If the games are there, we're talking games that can only be played on a PS5, right? If the games are there, then we can. Logical, what's good, bro? If the games are there, right? Then we can. We can transition people much faster because there's exclusives there specifically on the PS5 that entices people to want to move over quicker. Like, I gotta get this game, right? Fine. Now let's look at the other aspect of it, right? Because Jim Ryan also did speak on value and them trying to make sure they get the price right when it comes to the PlayStation 5, right? This when I think of Jim Ryan when he says these types of things, it starts to make sense with this digital only version, right? If you put out a regular disc-based model, right, and people want to still buy physical, people still want to maintain their ownership and all these other things, fine. When you put out a disc-based version of the console, obviously that version of the console is definitely going to cost more. We're talking, I think that console with the disc is going to be $500. Straight up. I think it's going to be $500. But then when you have the digital only version, right? You have the digital only version that's got no optical disc drive. It's straight digital, right? It still maintains the same power of the PS5 for $400. You transition, like, that's a steal. Because everyone was saying, $400 is the sweet spot for the PlayStation. It should be no more than that. 10 teraflops is less than 12. It shouldn't be that. This is how you get people over quicker. Because, as much as people like to rag on digital, I'm telling you, like, the convenience of digital is just so great. I love digital, and I was very against digital for a long time. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm not buying digital. Digital is not my thing. I like to have the game physically, blah, blah, blah. Listen, once I decided to kind of go digital and kind of see for myself like what it is, I can't go back. Right? So if you can give people a console, if you can give people a console like the PS5 doing what it does, right? Seeing the games that it has, right? Because let's be real here. Quite a few games that we've seen so far look phenomenal. Now, albeit all the games aren't going to be exclusive to the PS5, because I see that floating around social media. Oh, well, these are the games that are coming to the Xbox Series X. It's not the point, right? If these games, if the games that we're seeing, and again, we're not done with the games that we're seeing. This is just the beginning, right? So if we're seeing all these great games that's going to be coming exclusively to the PS5, right? In terms of like the PlayStation exclusives, let me be clear. In terms of the PlayStation exclusives, a lot of them are only going to be on the PlayStation 5, right? So if we're getting that, right? We're getting those next gen experiences, right? And if PlayStation is also, I don't want to say pandering, that's not really the word I want to use, but if PlayStation is also catering to that backwards compatibility market, like, well, at least for the ones that bought. For the ones, if you bought physical, that's different. But for those that are digital, this kind of applies more to you. It's catering to that backwards compatibility market where, the games, whatever. Also, the games that you buy this year or whatever, they'll be playable next gen, all this other stuff. They're covering those bases, right? And then they also, the power of the SSD. Like, as much as people want to downplay this SSD, and, I'm not going into no tech talk with the SSD because we've talked about that enough. Like, if people don't understand why this SSD is so great and why the SSD coupled with the other components of the PlayStation is so great, go watch Mark Cerny's video straight up. Like, I'm tired of explaining that stuff. But the SSD and all these other great things coupled into the console, right? And you're getting these next gen games and experiences for $400 in a $400 box. Albeit digital only, but it's like you kind of have to look at it like, look, you don't want to spend $500 or $600, however many $100 it is. Here's a cheaper version. Beggars can't be choosers. It's trying to transition people over much quicker, right? This digital version, if they do this right, this digital version is going to, I'm telling you, it's going to fly off the shelves. Even for people that hate digital. Because that's, $400 for these types of games, for that type of technology. Now, people that really hate digital, they'll shell out the extra $100 for the physical only version. For sure. They'll definitely shell out that money, right? But if they're really trying to find the value, and if they're really trying to find like a bargain, that digital only console is definitely going to be the way to go. Because, and this is my speculation, but I think the digital console is going to be $400. And I think the physical console is going to be $500. Right? That's a big price gap. That's a big price difference. Yo, Wolflo, what's good? We still know little about the PS5. Very true. That's true, Wolf. But this is more so like what I'm talking about is more so like speculation. If they do this right, and yo, Garuda, what's good, bro? If they do this right, and the PS5 version is the physical version and the digital version are $100 apart, right? That $400, that's that sweet spot that people keep talking about when it comes to the PS5. Oh, the sweet spot's $400. It did so well for the PS4, blah, blah, blah. Well, we got a console. It's the digital version, $400. And you still get the same power and the same benefits. You still get the same benefits as if you were buying the disc-based version. All for $100 cheaper. Now, granted, again, you can only buy digital games. I'm fine with that. But also still getting that $400 price tag? I'm cool with that. Yo, Paradox Cluster, what's good, bro? Appreciate you coming through. I can't wait to learn more about the PS5 and see what the rest of the games they have left to show. That's a fact, Rollo. The Lockhart will not have the same specs as the Xbox Series X. Now, G Junior, we don't know if the Lockhart is truth or not. Like, the information about the lock card is so like sparse and so lacking. I really don't want to make that. I don't want to say yes or no. I don't want to say yes or no. I'm gonna say I don't know at this time, right? If the lock card is supposed to be a cheaper version of the Series X, right? They might follow this same route, and it would just be a digital only console, but still maintain the same specs as the Series X. And again, if Xbox does that, then that's and they have that at $400 or however much. Now we got like a real battle going on. Now it's always going to be a battle of the games, but now the games just became even more important than they are now, and games are already the most important. You feel me? Games are already the most important, right? So if the lock card is $400, that's competing with the digital only version. And then you got the regular Xbox Series X competing with the regular PS5 in terms of the disc-based versions. Now it becomes down to the exclusives, right? If I'm a gamer or if I'm a consumer standing in a store, right? And this is the part that like kills me, because I see a lot of people using backwards compatibility as a means of why they would rather buy a Series X over a PS5. And to me, that logic doesn't necessarily make sense, right? And the reason why I say that is because when I think of next gen, I think of next gen games. When I think next gen, I think next gen games. You feel me? I'm not thinking of last gen, and I've said this before, like I'm not really thinking about, oh yeah, I can't wait to pick up this PS5 so I can play some old games on it. You feel me? Like I'm like because like even when they were showing GTA 5 at the beginning, I'm like, why the fuck are you showing me this? Like, I guess you're showing this to show that, you'll be able to play this on PS5, fine. But I'm like, there's no way in hell that I'm rebuying GTA 5 or playing GTA 5 across 3 generations. I'm just not doing that. I'm not continually buying wreck cars. I'm just not doing that, right? I refuse. I'm just not, right? And that's me. Like, my love for GTA has dropped significantly, like, for a while now, but whatever. Social Join says there is definitely a lock card. There's no way Xbox lets PS have 2 boxes out of them, making it 4 teraflops is a mess. Well, that's what I'm saying, Social. If let's play the what if game. Let's play the what if game, guys. If there is a lock card in development with the Xbox, right? And if that lock card is 4 teraflops, that's an uphill battle they're not going to win. They're not going to win that battle. Not at all. Not for 400. If they put out that lock card at $400 and the PS5 digital only version goes for 400, the PS5 is going to curb stomp that console, bruh. The PS5 is going to curb stomp that console. I mean, that's it. I mean, Xbox going to get curb stomped anyway because, for other reasons. But in terms of that, you don't want to do that. You're not going. They're not going to want to do that. I would definitely look into. Making this the Lockhart 12 teraflops digital only $400. I would. Because PlayStation, and again, we don't know the price of the PlayStation digital or physical, but I'm just only spitballing here. But PlayStation just showed their hand. And again, guys, I would not have guessed that there would be a digital only version. I think a lot of people in this community did not see that coming. Not even Xbox. I don't even think Xbox saw that coming. I'm being so serious. I think showing off that digital only version, that definitely threw a couple monkey wrenches at people. Like, that was a surprise. I was very, very surprised at that. I did not think that they were going to do a digital only version. I didn't. And I'm willing to bet that Microsoft didn't either. because now when you look at the physical and digital only versions, it opens up so much when it comes to the flexibility of pricing. It opens up the flexibility of pricing. We can be extremely flexible with pricing. Yo, Big Avelli, what's good, man? Six said, I think like 60% of game sales are now digital. Yes, you are right. I think 60%. It's a large portion, Sick, especially on PlayStation. There's a large portion of people on PlayStation that are buying digital. But this here, it's definitely I can't wait. I can't wait to see. I honestly can't wait to see what Xbox does, if they do anything. If they do announce the Lockhart, announce the price, teraflops, whatever, what tech is going into that. I'm telling you, showing that digital only version, I'm telling you guys, I'm telling y'all, a lot of people didn't see that coming. A lot of people didn't see that coming. A lot. When I say a lot, I think everybody in the industry didn't see that coming. Not, at least not announcing it like right there on the spot. Bigger Well says, yo, at Persona, do you think we'll have to rebuy Spider-Man for the expansion? All right. Yo, Bigger Well, we're going to talk about that in a second. Excuse me. Oh, my God, excuse me. We're going to talk about that in a second. Hold that question, because, yo, listen, I got such a bone to pick with this community, bruh. Yo, Bigger Well, you just lit that fire in me, bruh. Pause. We're going to talk about that. Give me a second. Let me finish this PS5 talk. And then we're gonna move to that Spider-Man, because I'm about to flame all these fools on social media. Anyway, yo, Six said, the thing is, I think they will offer a bigger hard drive with the digital version and price it the same. Yo, Sick, bro, don't say that, bro. Yo, low key, I wouldn't mind. Yo, low key, Sick, I wouldn't mind a 1 terabyte. And then, like, get a 2 or 3 terabyte NVMe. I wouldn't mind that. To get it to that, and the reason why I say that is to get it to that 400 price mark. You feel me? To get it to that 400 price mark, I wouldn't mind it being a 1 terabyte, or 825. However, because I know they said they're not going to do a whole 1 terabyte. I think it's 825. So like an 825 digital version, and then just buy like a 2 or 3 terabyte standalone. I wouldn't mind that. But then again, I'm still spending money anyway. So if they were to put a 2 terabyte in there and just make it 500, I mean, I'm buying, like, off rip, I'm buying an external NVMe, right? And however much they are, 2, 3, because I want to buy a big enough one that can hold all my games, because again, I'm digital. So if they come out with like a 4 terabyte or 5 terabyte NVMe, that's probably gonna be like $300, $400. Like, that might be the price of the console. No bullshit. I'm gonna buy it. Like, I'll definitely buy it. So I'm spending a lot of money anyway. So we'll see. We'll have to see. If they do that, I think if they do, so if PlayStation, and this is why, like, I want PlayStation to go about this the right way, because the ball is definitely in their court. And they can really play around with this and really, like, get a lot of people are on board already, but really to get everyone on board, you feel me? Your ball is in your court with the price, because now you can have Microsoft like, damn, so, if they making this 400 and then we come out with a 500 and then we got this and we ain't got this and this, and, you got Microsoft kind of scrambling a little bit. And here's proof that Microsoft is scrambling. Oh, God, guys. I got you. Right. Here's proof that Microsoft is scrambling. Right. Here we go. So here's proof that Microsoft is, or at least Aaron Greenberg. Let's not say all of Microsoft, right? So Aaron Greenberg, so right after the show, right? And Greenberg's like, oh, congrats to our friends at Sony on their show today. Xbox fans should know titles like GTA 5, Resident Evil Village, Hitman 3, NBA 2K21, Pragmata, etc. are going to look and play great on the Xbox Series X, the world's most powerful console. That man is hurt! That man is hurt! That man is shook. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you guys to understand something. This statement here, this is fear. This is fear. You know why? Because something that's already third party. Who here would think NBA 2K is exclusive? GTA 5. Who here would think that was exclusive? Resident Evil Village. Is any other Resident Evil exclusive? They would have plastered that all over the goddamn screen if that was exclusive to the PlayStation 5. If any of these games were exclusive to the PS5, that shit would have been plastered all over the damn screen. They would have made sure you knew, oh, this is exclusive. You can't get this nowhere else. He shook. Greenberg is shook. This is shook. My boy is shook, man. My boy Greenberg is shook. This is him trying to let folks know, look, you can play these games everywhere else too. What about the exclusives though? Name Horizon and Spider-Man. Can you play that? Yo, man, and then look at the comments. Yo, is that Thrash? Oh, that is Thrash. He said, yo, Thrash is so funny, bro. Shout out to Thrash. Thrash says, facts. And since Xbox is the most powerful console, gamers expect the Xbox exclusives to look way better than Sony exclusives because the Xbox is the most powerful. I mean, what good is the power if you don't show it? Can't wait for your show next month. Yo, yo, Thrash funny, man. That's funny. That's funny. If I was you, I would lower your expectations, Thrash. In fact, that should be Xbox theme. Xbox Series X, lower your expectations. Yo, you see what I mean? There's a difference when it comes to Xbox and PlayStation, when it comes to the respect that the community has. You get what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to King Blue. Laid out them exclusives. Like, oh, okay. You can have those. Now name these. Name these. Yo, shout out to Rollo. You see Rollo? You bad. Yo, y'all funny, bruh. Y'all are so funny, man. Yo, you see, like, the lack of respect that Xbox get in these comment sections, right? He puts this out, right? Like, who the fuck would think Hitman 3 is exclusive? Come on, bro. Right? Then, and this is the one that really I didn't like. So this dude, Danny Pena, whatever, he says, I'm not a fan of this type of messaging to consumers. Why at PlayStation didn't say a word about this during the PS5 reveal? All right, so what he's talking about is, okay, now we can kind of move into, you know, we're about to move into the Spider-Man shit because I'm itching to talk about this. So Sony has clarified that the Spider-Man Miles Morales is an expansion within a PS5 remaster of Marvel's Spider-Man, not a full sequel. So Danny Pena says, I'm not a fan of this type of messaging to the consumer. Why PlayStation didn't say a word about this during the PS5? One, Miles Morales is not a remaster, right? We're going to get into that in a second. I just want to point out Aaron Greenberg. So then Greenberg says, so, you know, Greenberg got to capitalize, bro. And this is why I'm saying, yo, they shook, bro. I'm telling you, they shook. So Xbox fans should know that all of our studio titles like Halo Infinite include smart delivery. So not only can you play on your Xbox this holiday, whenever you decide to upgrade to a Series X, your games go with you, including all fully optimized upgrades for free. Now, you know what the problem with this is? You know what the problem with this is? This is like the Linus Tech Tip stuff. This is like, it's scary. It's scary. It's so scary. It's so scary how much people run with or don't do their own research or don't wait for official confirmation. Remember, this is all speculation. Nothing's confirmed. So Aaron Greenberg takes it upon himself to capitalize on the situation. He takes it upon himself to point out, oh, well, you can play thousands of games on your Xbox One whenever you move, and, you get the smart delivery, and it's going to go with you. And do you even know the situation here? Or are you only... And this is why I'm saying Aaron Greenberg's statement is reactionary. It's reactionary. I can tell you what he did, right? So Greenberg, he must follow this guy. I don't know. He's seen this. He's seen this message from Danny Pena, right? He's seen this message, and he went straight off of this. He probably glanced at this. Oh, it's a remaster, blah blah blah. Oh no, this statement from Aaron Greenberg is purely reactionary. He didn't read the article. He didn't look at Sony's Twitter. He didn't look at Insomniac's Twitter. He didn't wait for official confirmation. This is purely reactionary. Why are you this reactionary? And this is why, when I said on the Linus Tech Tips podcast, right, a lot of these Aaron Greenberg's not necessarily a neutral, but he actually is a fanboy. Like, he is a fanboy, so I can't even say that with him. But I wonder the thought process behind these things, right? Because normally you would think with an executive, remember when, and this is why I said, remember that time when Sean Layden, Phil Spencer, and Reggie Fils-Aimé, remember when they all came on stage and they were at the Game Awards? Remember that time they all were on stage at the Game Awards? And, all togetherness, gamers should be together, blah, blah, blah. And I immediately said, who paid these guys to get on stage and spew this bullshit? All three of you are direct competitors of one another. There is no togetherness. There's only competition, right? Oh no, gamers got to be together. Gamers got to be this. Gamers are this and gamers are that, and oh yeah, the gamers is this and that. Blah blah blah. Everyone was spewing this, and I'm like, what world do you people come from? These people are literally direct competitions. They will step on each other's head to get to your dollars. There is no friendship. Sure, outside of the company, they probably hang out or whatever. Fine. But when I clock in at PlayStation and Mary Sue clocks in at Xbox and Jane Doe clocks in at Nintendo, we're not friends. We're competitors. And I have a job to do to make sure that I get your dollars. Or I get the consumer's dollars. Right? What the fuck is this? Look at Aaron Greenberg's comments. What the fuck is this? I'll tell you what it is. It's him going to bat for it. He's bigging up his company. He's not saying, "Oh guys, you don't see Aaron Greenberg saying, "Oh guys, wait for wait for Insomniac to give us the details, guys. Don't get on PlayStation yet." Oh guys, wait, that's IGN, guys. Let's wait and hear what PlayStation says. Don't get on PlayStation yet. Don't cancel them yet. Don't be mad at them, guys. Let's make sure that the information is correct from PlayStation and Insomniac. Do you see Aaron Greenberg doing that? Do you see Aaron Greenberg doing any of that? No, right? Why? If Phil Spencer, Sean Layden, and Reggie Fils-Aimé was on stage
at that Game Awards talking about togetherness and friendship, why was he not defending PlayStation? Anybody? Why is he not defending PlayStation? Anybody? I'll tell you why. Because they're not friends. They're competitors. In the world of business, there are no friends. Everyone is a competitor, and you have to capitalize on any low point that your direct competition has to big up your company. Aaron Greenberg's doing his job. He's bigging up his company. That's where he works. I'm not mad at the guy. Do what you do. But I want to point out the hypocrisy. Because people get on, they were all on stage. Phil Spencer, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we're all friends. Gamers is gaming. Gaming is about being together. Gaming is about love. Gaming is about life. Gaming is about this. Gaming is about that. No. These guys are direct competitors. They will step over your head to get to my dollars. But I wanted to point out that, his statement is very reactionary. He clearly didn't read the article. He didn't wait for a confirmation from Insomniac so that he doesn't look foolish. Right? So, let's do the research for him, guys, right? Let's do the research for him. Right? Let's do the research for everybody on social media that likes to have fake outrage the moment PlayStation might make a mistake or the messaging might be a little off at the exact moment, right? And does not wait for the full details to be told to them, right? Oh, every article is saying that this is this, right? Let's go to the source. Let's go to the source. Who's the source, Persona? Who makes Insomniac? I fucked up. Not who makes Insomniac. Who makes Spider-Man? Insomniac, right? Let's go to the source. Developers of Spider-Man, PS4, and the creators of Ratchet & Clank, Spyro, Dragon Resistance, and Sunset Overdrive, member of the PlayStation Studios. This is the source. Let's look and see what they have to say. Because who is more correct than the person or the people that create the game? Nobody. So let's go to the source. I'm so mad. This is how crazy it is. People are so up in arms. They had to pin the damn tweet so that people can understand what the fuck is going on. Let's go to the source. Marvel Spider-Man's Miles Morales. Marvel Spider-Man's Miles Morales is the next adventure in the Marvel Spider-Man's universe. We will reveal more about this stand-alone game. Stand-alone game. We will I can't even talk. We will reveal more about this stand-alone game at a future date. Marvel, I can't talk, guys. I'm so hyped. Miles Morales PS5. Right? They just answered your question, right? It's a standalone game, right? And this is the one that kills me. So some guy, I don't know if he's trolling or what. So is it a remaster? Been seeing reports that it's new content for Spider-Man PS4 remaster. Insomniac lets you know it is a stand-alone game. Shout out to J-Man. It's crazy. I understand why developers I understand why developers don't like socializing with the gaming community. Like, I understand it, because some of these people are so stupid. It's crazy that they can even breathe. Like, so he says, so it doesn't include the PS4 game. It's a stand-alone game. The developers, the creators of the game are telling you what it is. It's a stand-alone game. Do we all know what a stand-alone game is? Do we all understand what a stand-alone game is, right? I'll give you an example of a stand-alone game, right? So Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 Thieves End came out, right? That was its own game, right? There definitely were characters missing from Uncharted 4, like Chloe, right? Chloe, one of my favorite characters in Uncharted, right? And I'm like, where's Chloe, right? So then they come out and say, oh, we got another game where it's a Chloe adventure centered around Chloe, and that's its own game. Uncharted Lost Legacy. Uncharted Lost Legacy is a game that you buy. It's an actual game. Like, it's its own disc. It's its own disc, and it's a full-fledged game. Quite a really good game at that. It's its own game, and you bought it for $40. What Insomniac is doing with Miles Morales is the same thing. Spider-Man 1 is its own game with Peter Parker. Obviously, Miles Morales was in there, right? That's its own thing. Spider-Man Miles Morales is a story centered around Miles Morales only. Now, we might see Parker, we might not. I don't know. But Spider-Man Miles Morales is its own game. Like, it's that's it. Like, they're two separate games. We don't know how much Miles Morales is going to cost, but let's say $40. It's an expansion. It's an expansion of the universe. It's an expansion of the universe of Spider-Man 1, but it's set in its own game. It is an expansion of the universe, yes. It's a substantial expansion. They said that. Yes, it is an expansion of that Spider-Man world, but it's expanded within its own game, within its own realm. So things that were in Spider-Man 1 or applied to Spider-Man in the original Spider-Man 1, you'll see that within this game, but it's also built around Miles Morales. Its own thing. It's his own game. Miles Morales has his own powers. Very different from Spider-Man. He can go invisible. He has electric powers. He doesn't have spider sense. We don't know if he's gonna be in a city or if he's gonna be in Brooklyn or wherever. Like, we don't know. This is entirely different. And they said themselves, it's going to be a substantial expansion. People might be getting confused about the whole word expansion, but they're confirming that it is a standalone game. It's a standalone game. People are saying it's incorrect. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, bruh. My man's got to be smoking some good stuff. It is not a standalone game. It will not be. If it is now, it's because they're making it one. Insomniac says it is a standalone game. Source? I hope that's a troll. I hope him asking for a source is the troll. I really hope him asking for the source is a troll. I really do. But this is the problem. This is the problem with social media, with the community. Like these things are like serious problems, guys. It's serious problems, and it seems like it's only PlayStation. It seems like it's only PlayStation that gets this negative. It's like one little thing. If one little detail either falls between the cracks or is out of place or whatever, it's this onslaught of hate, and it's only with PlayStation. I'm telling you guys, I never see this with Nintendo. I never see this with Xbox. Damn sure not Nintendo. I never see this. And Nintendo, they be putting out full-fledged $60 ports, not remasters, ports. There's someone that paid $60 for Outer Worlds, and that game is muddy mess. And I'm trying to figure out, where does this hate, like, why is this hate here? Like, PlayStation is providing you the best games. The console is fire. Next gen, they're going into next gen, really trying to ensure that, you know, we're getting a quality experiences. And I'm like, yeah, fine, well, Flo, all fan bases do it, but I noticed this more so with PlayStation and with their studios. Again, let's go back to Insomniac with the whole Puddlegate. People were really about to cancel Insomniac, PlayStation, and all this because of supposed lack of puddles in Spider-Man. I can't even begin to fathom what that even means. I can't fathom it. Puddles? Puddles? A standalone game? They're telling you what it is. You're still not happy. You still don't believe them. You think it's a lie. I understand why these developers don't want to talk to you. I understand why these developers don't want to talk to any of these people, bruh. They don't want to socialize with them. I understand it. These people, some of these people are weird as hell. Because again, you can, voicing your opinion or voicing, you know, a dislike of something, it's different from walking around like a chicken with your head cut off. People are up in arms based off what, and this is why I say, like, sometimes with some journalism, this is why I say, like, it's better I feel like it's better to wait. But I know with the way journalism is now, with the way things are now, like, people are trying to get the clicks and people are trying to get, you know, traffic or whatever, whatever the case may be. But it's like these people, they run with this stuff and they get so angry. That's the stuff that, like, throws me off. Like, I don't understand why some of these people get so angry. And when I say angry, like, these people are, like, legit, like, I'm angry, like, I'm mad. And I'm asking myself, and I'm like, why are you so angry? Now, listen, I love video games. I love gaming. Gaming is a strong passion of mine that I'm going to be playing video games probably until I die. Right? I love video games just as much as anybody. But I can't see myself, like, even with let's use Call of Duty for an example, right? Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a terrible game. It is a terrible, terrible game. Like, you cannot, like, I've been playing COD for over 10 years. This game is terrible. This game is terrible. Like, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is it is the worst Call of Duty I ever played in my entire life. Like, I've never played a Call of Duty more worse than this COD. That's a fact, right? This recent COD is dog shit, right? I will say that to anybody, right? And I stand by that firmly. This game is ass, right? I'm not on social media. Like, I'll voice my... Now, listen, and this is why I say There's a difference between voicing your opinion or pointing out, flaws of a game so that you can make the game better and things like that. I'll hit up a dev and be like, yo, look, you need to fix this, and this because this isn't how it should be, right? That's different from, oh, I'm not buying a PlayStation, or I'm never buying another Call of Duty again because Activision and Infinity Ward don't know how to make a good card, and I hope they lose their jobs, and I hope that there's a difference. There's a difference, guys. There's levels to this shit. Here are the developers again, and I feel so bad for Insomniac because one, they make great games. They've made like the greatest Spider-Man I've ever played in my entire life. I'm talking going way back to, the Game Boy, to the early days of Spider-Man games. I think Insomniac has made the greatest Spider-Man we've ever played, and Insomniac said themselves that the people at their studios really love Spider-Man, right? So they were going to do right by this character. They themselves said that. This isn't just an IP that PlayStation plopped on their lap and said, hey, make a game for us. No, PlayStation went to Insomniac and said, hey, look, what superhero game do you guys want to make? Insomniac said themselves, Spider-Man. And this is how I know a lot of these people that's in the community, they not in the community. They in social media. And this is what I mean. All of these developer interviews, because I watch developer interviews. I watch the breakdown. I watch this stuff because I truly do enjoy this stuff. I read the developer interviews that a ton of different developers do, especially PlayStation devs, because, again, I rock with PlayStation. I watch these things, right? I do. I watch and read these things. Brian Inthar, the creative director on Spider-Man, he said himself back at PSX 2017, or was it 2018? I forget which one it was. Not PSX, E3. It was an interview. I remember it was an interview, but he asked, so how did you guys get, interviewer asked, how did you guys get Spider-Man? And it was like, oh yeah, PlayStation came to us and said, what game do you guys want to make? And they said Spider-Man, so they made it happen. And he said himself, these guys really love Spider-Man. They really wanted to make sure that they did right by the character. That's why we got all these awesome suits to choose from. That's why the game is so great, and it looks like they really put their love and time into the game. Right? These aren't just some fly-by-night developers just creating something to get a fucking check. You get what I'm saying? This is what people fail to understand, and this is why I say a lot of PlayStation developers are upper echelon when it comes to developing, because this isn't just them trying to get a check. You feel what I'm saying? These people are really putting their love and soul into the game, right? And misinformation gets spread so rapidly and so quickly, right, that you got people hounding these dudes. Again, let's go back to the puddles, bro. These guys are putting their time into it. They building the game, and you got could you imagine? Imagine you a chef, right? Imagine you a chef at a gourmet restaurant or something like at a high-end restaurant, right? And you make this amazing dish, or you come up with this amazing dish that you put your time into, right? You putting your blood, sweat, and tears into making this dish. You want to make sure that the dish is perfect. Right? And you bring the dish out to the customer, right? And the customer's like, oh, there's a smudge on my plate, so I don't like it. Throw it away. Huh? There's a smudge on the plate, or there's a smudge on a plate or something like that, so I don't like it, right? Or the chicken is not stacked a specific way, so I don't like it. Throw it away. How you gonna feel? So I can imagine how Insomniac feels when they're sitting on fucking social media, right? Or they're not the developers themselves, although I'm pretty sure some of these weirdos did hit up developers. Not the developers themselves, but their community manager or whatever is sitting on fucking social media trying to explain to these people, hey, look, there are puddles in Spider-Man. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine having to sit on social media trying to argue people? And it was community manager, it was some devs, it was Insomniac, like the official Twitter, trying to explain. They were in this is how serious they were. They were in fanboy comments. They were in fanboy tweets trying to explain to these people that there are puddles in the game, that the lighting of that video does not show all the puddles, that this game is going to be phenomenal. Just wait. Now fast forward, and could you imagine? You just showcased a Miles Morales game, right? You're super hyped to finally be able to delve into Miles Morales. You can't wait for the community to get their hands on it, right? And the first thing motherfuckers is talking about is this? Having to explain that this is a standalone game, people not believing them, all this misinformation, having to deal with that bullshit. I get why developers don't want to fuck with y'all. I get it. I wouldn't want to fuck with you either. And I'm not saying you as a guy, y'all in the chat. I'm speaking in general terms. I get why these developers don't want to talk to people in the community. Because these people are crazy, bruh. People are, and again, this is why, like, I have to scratch my head, because I'm like, when I'm looking at everything that PlayStation and their studios are doing, I have to scratch my head, because I'm like, why is there so much hate for PlayStation? Why is it that one little fuck up or one little mess up and like it's like the world's burning? And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, just look at the games that we be getting from PlayStation since the launch of the console. Look at the games that we about to get. Look at the game we about to get next week. Arguably the greatest game to release this generation, period. The greatest game to release on period, bruh. You got the versatility with Sucker Punch coming from Infamous to creating a samurai-centric game that's authentic to the Japanese culture. That looks amazing. How are these people not happy? How are these people not satisfied? And this is why I say, when it comes to play, I ain't no PlayStation. I'm not a gamer. Don't call me that. I'm a king. I'm a stallion. I'm not a gamer. I'm a king. Straight up. Because this shit that people doing, this is peasantry behavior. I ain't no peasant. This is peasantry behavior. So if you prefer PlayStation, you a king. Or queen, for the ladies. You're a queen. Kings and queens. We don't deal with that peasantry. But I feel for Insomniac, man. I really do. I feel for Insomniac. I really, really do. Because they're trying to explain to people that this is a standalone game. Straight up. It's a standalone game. For anybody here or anybody that's wondering, Insomniac's game is a standalone game. It's a standalone game built in the Spider-Man universe. It is a game that you will be able to buy by itself. You don't need Spider-Man 1 to play this game. You can buy this game by itself. And from what they're saying, it's gonna be a substantial expansion, meaning it's gonna have a lot. And it comes out holiday. And you can play it on the PS5. I'm sold. It's a day one. When Xbox dies, so will... Yo, AI, chill. Yo, AI, chill. When Xbox dies, so will IGN. Yo, AI, chill. Chill, chill. Yo, that's funny. That's really funny. Wolflow says Sony really is a remarkable company that I wish I invested in, though. Listen, PlayStation is like, and I get it. You know, it's people that are on the outside looking in, they're gonna say, "Oh, well, you know, you prefer PlayStation, so this is, you know, this is why you speaking like this." Regardless if I prefer PlayStation or not, let's just look at what they have been doing. Let's just look just this generation. Let's not go back the other generation. Let's just look at this generation. Order 1886, Until Dawn, Uncharted, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, Days Gone, Infamous Second Son, First Light, Concrete Genie, VR, PS4 Pro, Flashpoint, Astrobot, Little Big Planet 3. Like, all of these games. Persona 5. Like, all of these games. And I'm missing quite a few. Yo, Corey, what's good, man? Appreciate you coming through. I don't know if I said what's up to you, Corey. And it's much more games than that. And they acquired Insomniac, a great developer. And, you know, speculation is that I think they grabbed up House Marquee and Sumo Digital, because those games, they were saying those games are exclusive to PlayStation, and they were coming from PlayStation Studios. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But, you know, they might have grabbed them up too. I don't know. But look at what, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn, Killzone Shadowfall, like all of these different games. Just this generation. And we're not done. And then you look at next generation. You look at the console that looks so beautiful. You look at the games. The greatest looking game, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, Forbidden West. I told you guys that was going to be the benchmark. And it is. So I don't understand. And then multiplayer. Again, Uncharted. Last of Us 2 most likely will have multiplayer too. We don't know yet. COD, they got the, you know, exclusivity deal with COD. Gran Turismo, there you go. They, you know, and I'm naming third-party games, but what I'm saying is PlayStation has everything. They got your exclusives covered. If you like multiplayer covered. They've definitely had the most fighters this generation, and I'm talking exclusively on this console. The most fighters this gen. Sports, they got everything. I don't understand how anybody can hate PlayStation or think PlayStation isn't doing right by them as a gamer. It's like I said last week, guys. It's like I said last week. Sometimes some of these people have to look in the mirror and ask themselves, are you an enabler? Because when you look at PlayStation, you look at most everybody else, you have to wonder, are the fan bases of these other consoles and platforms, games, whatever, holding these people accountable? Are they? The answer like I said last week, the answer that you might get might surprise you. Bloodborne. Yeah, look, listen, you guys still naming games. You feel me? We still naming games. But PlayStation isn't doing right by the consumer. Man, listen. Yo, Insomniac, if you guys are somehow listening to this, Insomniac, keep on doing what you're doing. I can't wait for the play Spider-Man Miles Morales. You feel me? And shout out to whoever got that man hairline looking proper. You feel me? My man's hairline was looking real proper. That hairline, yo, I was jealous because I ain't had a haircut in a minute because my barber is still closed because of the quarantine. So I was real jealous looking at that haircut. I was definitely feeling a specific way because I'm like, yo, bro, I needs that haircut. Like, where's your barber? Like, you know, let your barber come and line me up real quick. You feel me? So that's that. That's that. Um, Listen, at the end of the day, these people can say whatever they want. The games are gonna get bought. The games are gonna continually to get played. You feel me? They can feel how they want to feel. It's whatever. But I understand why developers don't want to talk to these people. They don't want to socialize with these people. Yo, Buck, I'm saving like mad bread too, but yo, if I was to show y'all my hair, bro, like my hair is, I got a whole afro right now. Like if I blow dried it out, like if I blow dry my hair out, I got an afro pretty much, man. Like I managed to get a haircut before the quarantine happened, or before, like, you know, the lockdown and everything happened. But yo, it's been 3 months now, man. I need you know, like I need my barber to come back, man. Especially, like, you know, I'm out here in New York, so it's like, yo, I need a I need a haircut, yo. I miss my, and I'm loyal, you know, I'm very loyal. Like I only go to my barber, like, cause, you know, when you start going to other barbers, your head, you know, that's how they push your hand line back. Yo, funny thing too, so this is when I was like 18, right? And I first started going to this barber. I was going to one specific purpose, because my barber shop is a Dominican barber shop, right? Because I like when they take the, I used to call it a box cutter, but when they take the razor to your hairline after they shape you up to make that extra crispy, they do it so good. At my barber shop, they do that shit so proper. Anyway, so I think I was like 18, right? And this is when I was like first started going there to this barber shop, right? And when I went to the barber shop, there was one guy that I would specifically go to, right? And he wasn't there, and I really needed a haircut. So I was like, damn. So, you know, like, you stand there and you trying to make, like, you calculating in your head, like, yo, should I go sit in one of these other dudes' chairs, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? I really need a haircut, so let me take a chance, right? So I sat in one of the other dudes' chairs, right? I was like, yo, let me get a dark Caesar, taper in the back. Blah, blah. You know, that's normally what I get is I get a dark Caesar with a number 2 guard, and I get a taper, to get a taper on the sides and taper in the back, right? So I let him know. He's like, all right, Papa, I got you, Papa, I got you. I'm like, all right, cool. You know how you can tell, like, I mean, you know, you get your hair cut so much that you can tell when they start lining you up. You can tell when they fuck up. Like, the moment they fuck up on your lineup, you know, because you know where the line's supposed to go. Like, you know where the razor's supposed to go, because you've been getting your hair cut so damn much. So, like, he starts shaping me up, right? And he was going to the left side of my head, and I felt like it was like, I was like, oh my God. Yo, I say, yo, Papa, wait. I was like, yo, Papa, wait. He's like, what's the matter, Papa? What's the matter? I'm like, hold on. So I looked in the mirror. I'm like, bro. I looked at it. He's like, no, Papa, I'm not done. I'm like, yo, bro, you messed up my line. No, trust me, Papa. It's okay. I'm going to do right by you, Papa. I was like, come on, bro. Like, I was like, yo, please don't fuck me up. Please don't mess me up, bro. Please don't mess me up. And they're like, no, Papa. I'm going to take care of you. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm sitting in there. He was super nervous after this. Like, so I'm sitting there. He lined me up. He finished lining me up. So then the whole thing was done, right? When I got up and looked at my head, I seen on my right side of my the front of my head on the line, like, you know, the straight line that goes across your forehead. I seen the little curve, the little hill. You know, you seen the hill, and I'm like, bro, you messed me up. No, it'll grow back. I'm like, yo, I started going on. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you mean it'll grow back, bro? You just messed up my line. What are you doing? Like, yo, because my line is super crisp. Like, my line is, like, I have a good line. Like, you feel me? So, like, yo, I was so tight. And I'm like, yo, Papa, what the fuck, bro? Like, come on, bro. No, Papa. I give you discount. I give you discount. I'm like, yo, man. So I didn't go back there for, like, because I didn't want to get another haircut and then they push, you know, my line get pushed back again. So I didn't go to the barbershop. No bullshit. I didn't go to the barbershop for like 2 months because I wanted my hair to grow back all the way in that area before I went and got another haircut. right? Yo, y'all laughing because he said it'll grow back. That's how fun. So, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, yo, I go back and my barber was there. And I'm like, yo, bro, I'm never, like, that moment on, I said, yo, if you not here, I'm never stepping foot in here. He's like, what happened? I'm like, yo, man, your boy pushed my hairline back, man. Sorry, Papa, I'm gonna take care of y'all. Like, I know, I'm just saying, like, yo, your boy, he pushed my shit back, man. What's up? It's all good. It's all good. And, you know, so I said, you know what? From that point on, I said, I'm never, ever, like, because he's my barber now. He's been, like, my barber. He's been my barber. His name is Manny. He's been my barber for 10 plus years now. Oh, yeah, my barber, now he accept appointments and shit like that. But he would, like, this is before he started doing appointments and stuff. Now, like, you got to make an appointment with him and all that. But way back then when I was, like, 18, he wasn't doing it. Like, you just come in and, like, like, oh, which barber? And I'd be like, yo, him. And it'd be like, all right. And, like, I would wait for him because, it would be people in front of me. But now he does it by appointment, so I'm good. But he's the barbershop is closed. And two, he's in DR right now. So I'm like, he might be back. He might be back now. But I remember last time I talked to him, he said that he was going to be in DR for a little bit during the whole COVID thing. So I'm like, yo, but I need a haircut. I need a haircut bad. I do. I need it bad. Like, I need it really bad. Like, just because, like, I don't like having long hair. Not anymore. I used to have long hair. I used to have long hair when I was like a teenager. Like, I had, like, I used to have, like, cornrows and stuff like that. And I had, like, short twists. I gotta find a picture. If I find those pictures from when I was, like, in high school and stuff like that, I'll show you guys. But, yeah. So, yeah, I need a barber. I need a barber. But, yo, so the last thing I want to talk to you guys about real quick is, you guys know what time it is. It's time for those Metacritic scores. Ooh, ooh. All I need is shaving cream and a blade, easy cut. Yo, see, Sam, you got it easy, bro. I got like a full head of hair. I can't go. I can't go bald, man. Like, I just can't. I can't go bald. Just because I got too much hair. I take that from my mother. My mother, my mother had like all natural hair, and her hair was very long and very thick. Like, very thick. She's got like very long, thick hair, and I got my mother's hair because my hair is like, if I was to grow my hair out, it gets very thick, very shiny, very nice. I actually have really good hair, but yeah. So let's talk about these Metacritic scores real quick. Now, let me put a disclaimer to this. Reviews don't dictate my purchases, right? Let's put the disclaimer out there. Reviews do not dictate my purchases, right? I buy games based off, oh, this looks good, let me pick it up, Like, for example, I'm about to pick up Maneater. I'm going to pick up Maneater today because, like, I was looking at gameplay of this game, and I'm like, yo, this game looks dope. Like, I want to try this for myself. I don't care about the review scores. Like, I really want to, I really just want to, I want to play the game. Like, reviews never dictate my purchases. I definitely want to put the disclaimer out there. The only reason why we're going to talk about these Metacritic scores is because of the controversy that surrounded The Last of Us for months, and the fake outrage that a lot of people had for this game when it came to, like, the leaks, and when it came to Ellie being the lead character and her being a lesbian and kissing. I remember at the E3 when she kissed old girl and everyone didn't like that. And, my religion, all that bullshit. You feel me? Yeah, social, the crunch time, the leaks, all this other stuff that people were, up in arms about. Listen, guys, one thing you gotta understand, man, fake outrage in this community, it's super calculated, bro. It's so funny that like, fake outrage will really have people out here sending death threats to, because I remember they were sending death threats to Neil Druckmann, sending death threats to Naughty Dog. Oh, I'm boycotting PlayStation. I'm never going to buy a PlayStation game again. And all this weird shit because of because of the leaks and because Ellie is, you know, the lead character and she's a woman and all this. Oh, this is SJW trash and all this other bullshit, right? This is what they were saying, right? So I'm sitting here and I knew in my heart of hearts, I knew that The Last of Us 2 was going to be the shit. Because one, look at Naughty Dog's track record. Yo, this is one thing that you guys have to understand too, right? There's certain developers that get that are afforded this luxury. Now, the luxury that I'm talking about is you automatically know that the game is going to be good. Certain developers are afforded this luxury. A lot of those developers are under PlayStation. A lot of these developers are under PlayStation. I'm going to be honest with you. But there are certain developers that are afforded this luxury. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, well, how do you know it's good? You never played it. True. I haven't played Last of Us 2 yet. I can't wait to play it next week. That's very true. You're valid in your assessment of saying that, right? But at the same time, it's something that Barry says, because, you know how Barry says he's a numbers guy? And he goes based off the numbers, you know, off the tangible. I tend to look at the facts, right? I look at the tangible, right? Where I'm looking at their history, right? Let's use credit for an example. Let's use credit. So say you want to go out and you want to buy a house. So say you want to buy a house for, let's say $350,000, right? You want to buy a house and you want to get a loan from the bank. How does the bank determine if you are a good candidate to give a loan to? They check your credit, right? So what do they check when they check your credit? They don't just check your credit score, right? They check your spending history. They check your payment history, right? And they check the amount of credit that you have as opposed to the amount of credit that you've used, right? These are three big factors that they check to determine if you are a high-risk loaner or not. In turn, what are they doing? They're checking your history, right? When we look at Naughty Dog's history, Naughty Dog has not disappointed. Naughty Dog hasn't disappointed. Yo, Buck, you know what credit is. Naughty Dog hasn't disappointed. Last of Us 1, which is, again, another critically acclaimed game. Uncharted 4. Uncharted 3, the story was a little, not even the story, the multiplayer. The multiplayer for that game definitely turned me off. Story was good, multiplayer was trash. Uncharted 2, great. Uncharted 1, great. Crash Bandicoot, great. You feel me? Their history is cemented. It's solidified. It's on point. So when I see that Naughty Dog is making a game, right, they're afforded, they get the luxury of me saying, yo, look, I can't wait to play this. This game is going to be This game is going to be fire. This game is going to be 10 out of 10 because they continually deliver based off the history. So when I say that here, I'm going based off the history. And that's how you have to do with a lot of these games. I'm basing it off the history. And lo and behold, we look at the scores, and what's that? That's not a 69, guys. You're not looking at that upside down. You're looking at that right side up. It's a 96. It's a 96. Now, is anybody here surprised? I'm not surprised. It's actually funny. You know why it's funny? Because the crunch. Let's start with the crunch. It's so funny too. Let's start with the crunch. So, Jonathan Cooper, who was formerly at Naughty Dog, was trying to capitalize off of the crunch culture that was getting exposed at Naughty Dog, and he was trying to capitalize and say, oh, well, I remember when he lied and said that this girl had to go to the hospital due to crunch, and it ended up being a lie. She actually went to the hospital for something else. It had nothing to do with the crunch. And then numerous developers came out and they spoke out and said that, this is not, you don't know what you're talking about. That's one. right? So Naughty Dog had that going against them with that whole crunch culture and all that bullshit. I already did a podcast on all that. I already exposed this guy. That's done. Fast forward to when the leaks first happened. No, not even that. Fast forward to when they said that there wasn't going to be any multiplayer in the game at launch or period, whatever, right? So they said there wasn't going to be a multiplayer mode in Last of Us 2. There was outrage because of that. People aren't happy. Oh, I'm not buying the game. This is not fair. This is not right. Now, and rightfully so. Listen, I enjoyed the multiplayer Last of Us. Would I like to see Last of Us 2 have multiplayer? Of course. Of course. But for me, the story is what's most important to me with Last of Us. Do I want to see the multiplayer there? Yes. But the story is that's what's most important to me. Fine. So that was another thing going against it, right? Which podcast you talking about, AI? Let me know. So that was that one, right? Then then it got delayed because it was supposed to originally come out in February. It got delayed. Then it got delayed again. And not because it went from February 21st to May 29th. It got delayed again to June 19th. So it had that going against it. Then the leaks happened. And the leaks is that was the straw that broke the camel's back. That was what set everything off with the SJW wars and just all this crazy stuff, right? Oh, the death threats to Neil Druckmann, the death threats to Naughty Dog, the hate, about it being a female, her kissing old girl, and people hated that, and the leaks were just flying around. Oh yeah, okay, I got you, AI. So the leaks were flying around, and that quote unquote that was supposed to hurt them, right? And this is why I say you can't stop greatness, because when a game is truly great, great, people gonna play it. That's one. Two, you guys have to understand something, and this is why I pointed it out with Insomniac, because this happens far too often with PlayStation. The outrage and the level of hatred that gets thrown at either PlayStation or PlayStation's developers over things that really are insignificant or shouldn't matter, it's a head scratcher, because especially with Naughty Dog, the amount of hate that these men and women were getting, yo, it was next level. We're talking everyone. Oh, I remember seeing one dude, he said, I wanted to see Ellie get married and have kids. What the fuck are you talking about? Excuse my language. What the fuck are you talking about? What? What? So that within itself, I'm like, okay, there's a lot of things, and this is why I had said on Twitter quite a while ago, where I said that I'm afraid that the reviewers are in a weird position, because, and I hope that they just review the game, as is, and don't take what the surrounding issues, not just with Naughty Dog, but the community and stuff like that, into consideration. And the reason why I said that the reviewers was in a weird position was because they were talking about, I was worried that they would either censor their review, or they would try to pander to the community and say, oh, it is too much SJW. Oh, it is too much this, to kind of save face with the community. If they said that they enjoyed the game, oh, then they're SJW and they pandering and they're trying to pander to the developers. If they said that they didn't enjoy the game, oh, they're trying to pander to the community, blah blah blah. I was afraid that reviewers were going to be in a position to where they weren't going to give their real, a real authentic review, because of fear of backlash from the community. Listen. 96. 96. I'm not surprised. I'm just glad that, and it's funny because news articles were coming out saying that Uncharted was breaking pre-order records in Europe, in Brazil, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have pre-ordered it on Amazon in America. I don't even think you can grab the physical version on Amazon right now. This game is going to do numbers. This game is going to break records, and this is why I say, excuse me, this is why I say, fake outrage is so funny, but it can be detrimental at times, right? And the reason why I say that is because look at what all the fake outrage spawned. The fake outrage spawned a lot of hate towards a developer that was trying to just create a great experience. Like, people forget that, you know, with Last of Us 1, it wasn't just Joel. It was Joel and Ellie. It was Joel and Ellie. It wasn't just his story. It was her story as well. So if they were to continue the game and make Ellie the main character, that's not an inaccuracy. That's not them pandering. That's not them with some SJW bullshit. That's them continuing the story. Right? The fake outrage, and this is why I say some of this fake outrage. One thing about social media that I've learned from being on here for so long, one thing that I've learned is that there's a lot of hive mentality on social media, but also there's a lot of people that's trying to capitalize off of chaos, right? There's a lot. Think of it like this. Remember in Batman Dark Knight? Was it Dark Knight? Yeah. Remember in Batman Dark Knight, right, with the Joker, right? The mob guys, it was Falcone and I forgot the other guy's name. They go to the warehouse and all of their money is there, right? And Joker, he starts burning the money, but he burns his half. Why do that? Because it's not about the money. It's about ensuing chaos. You feel me? When Bruce Wayne was like looking at videos of Joker and he was trying to figure out what his deal is, why is he doing this? Why is he doing what he's doing? Like, he was trying to understand him. And Alfred said, some people just want to see the world burn, Master Wayne. Some people just want to see the world burn. You have to approach fake outrage in that same manner, right? Because oftentimes with fake outrage, the outrage is not warranted by what they're mad about. So again, let's look at Last of Us. You're mad that Joel's not the lead character. You're mad that Ellie is the lead and she's a woman. Why are you mad at this? One, it's a video game. Two, I don't understand the logic behind you being angry. Go back to the quote from Batman. Some people just want to see the world burn. That's why it's called fake outrage. They don't care. They don't care about the game. They don't care about the integrity of gaming. They don't care about the integrity of the characters. They don't care about the developers. They don't care about any of it. They just want to be mad and ensue chaos and push propaganda to further an agenda. That's all it is. There is no I'm lost my train of thought. There is no end game to the fake outrage, because they'll move from fake outrage from Last of Us to fake outrage with Spider-Man. You see how that works? There is no end game to the fake outrage, because the entire reason for it is to just be angry to ensue the chaos. There is no end game, right? And I stop asking, why are these people angry? I stop asking that. You know why I stop asking that? Because I'm done trying to make sense of it. Like, I'm really done trying to make sense of it, because you can't make sense of it, because their entire point is to ensue chaos, to ensue anger. They want to see people angry. They want to see PlayStation fail. They want to see the developers fail. It's an agenda. It's propaganda. Some people, again, going back to the Batman quote, some people just want to see the world burn, Master Wayne. That's it. So when I'm seeing the outrage, you know, again, let's go back to Spider-Man. They're telling you it's a standalone game. You're still angry. They're explaining to you that you can buy this on, like, this isn't something that's going to be tied to Spider-Man 1. You're still angry. They're letting you know that this is going to be a title on next gen. You're still angry. The game is coming out this holiday as a launch title, as a standalone game. You're still angry. Why are you angry? Go back to the Batman quote. Some people just want to see the world burn. There's no reason, if the developers have clarified, right? And even with Naughty Dog, Neil Druckmann himself said in an interview that they were going to do right by all the characters, and they understand that the hardcore Last of Us fans want to make, you know, we want to do right by you guys as well, and we promise that we will, right? And then the news came out when the game got into reviewers' hands. The news came out that the leaks aren't even, well, some of the leaks aren't real, or the leaks don't tell the full story, right? And that you guys are going to be really surprised, and a lot of you guys are going to be eating crow. People are still angry. People still, quote unquote, not buying the game. Why? Why are you still angry? Why are you still mad at the developer? Why are you still spewing hate on social media? Go back to the Batman quote. Some people just want to see the world burn, Master Wayne. It's that simple. At the end of the day, Last of Us 2 is preloaded and ready to go on my PS4. I got Friday off, so I'm playing that shit all day. I'm playing that shit at midnight. And I got the controller, and that controller is only going to be used to play Last of Us 2. That's all it's only being used to play. The Last of Us 2 controller is only being used to play Last of Us 2. And I got the collector's edition on the way. That's going to be delivered that Friday morning. It's preloaded. It's ready to go. No one is going to... One thing you guys have to understand is no one can stop you from enjoying the game. And you should never, ever feel bad about enjoying a game because the community doesn't like it, or because this person doesn't like it, or this large group of people don't like it. Who cares? No one controls your... No one's buying games for you. That's one. Two, no one's going to control what I like and don't like, right? And the same thing goes with having a preference. No one... It's okay to have... I keep saying this because I see too many people in the community scared to say that this is their favorite console. It's okay to have a preference. Yo, When We Meet, what's up? That's a great name. It's okay to have a preference. It's okay to prefer Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo. You know, some people want great exclusives. Some people want a warm house. And some people want to play portably. That's fine. That's okay. You're not a bad gamer. You're not a bad person for having a preference. And That's all I want to say about that, man. Last of Us 2, it comes out. When does it come out? It come out June 9th, 19th. Sorry, it comes out June 19th. It's a day one. I'm picking it up. I can't wait. I can't wait to get my hands on this because, again, it's a great game. I'm excited. I'm very, very, very excited. I'm looking for the podcast. I think this is it. Hold up. I'm trying to find this podcast for AI. I think this is it. Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is it. Yo, AI, this the this is the podcast. I'm putting it in the chat. So that's the podcast that I did of me breaking down John. I think his name was Jonathan Cooper. Was it? Yeah, his name was Jonathan Cooper. And I was just talking about the dangers of the dangers of misinformation, and because he was spreading a lot of misinformation, and there was some of the developers were coming at him like, yo, bro, you sound bitter, like you really don't know what you're talking about. You feel me? So that's the podcast right there. That was a really good podcast too. I really enjoyed that one because I went in, man. I was doing a lot of I broke it down. You guys know, man, when I talk about anything, I like to show you guys what I'm talking about so that when you see the information, you see the information that I'm using to give my thoughts. There is no, where did you get this from? I got this from here. This is where it's from. This is where my information comes from. So I show all of the tweets. I give my thoughts on it. I show all the tweets that the developers had, subtweeted or replied and talk about that and give my thoughts on that. So that was a really good show. I think you'll enjoy that one, AI. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know, comment on it and let me know what you think too. I'm curious. But yeah, guys, listen. That was the show, man. I'm excited for the PlayStation 5. It's a day one. I'm buying it. I'm buying the all digital version. I can't wait for PlayStation to give us more information. I can't wait for PlayStation to, kind of break down everything a little bit more and let us know, what's up, give us the price, open up the pre-orders. I'm just excited. The games, we're going to break down the game trailers probably tomorrow, either tomorrow or Monday. I'm trying to think because tomorrow I have to go out and do something, but either tomorrow or Monday, we're gonna do a breakdown of the game trailers and kind of give our thoughts on that stuff, and we'll definitely talk about that. Hoping it comes with a good amount of games once it's released. If not, I'll wait before I get one. Yeah, listen, I really think people are gonna be surprised at the launch titles for this game, for this console. I think people are gonna be surprised. I really think people are going to be very, very surprised at, what's going to come out for this thing at launch or within the first, couple months of the console being out. I really think PlayStation's going to surprise us and blow it out the water. Yo, Andre 6K, man, great show, Persona. I appreciate your insight on greatness, and I have a good one, bro. Yo, Andre 6K, I definitely appreciate you, bro. Definitely thank you for, coming through to the show, man. Always good. But, yeah, guys, man, like I said, Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 is, that's this week. I'm excited. You will see me posting up screenshots. Listen. If you follow me on Twitter, it's about to be screenshot galore. Trust me. It's about to be screenshot galore. Trust me, guys. That's going to be, trust me, I can't wait for Last of Us. I'm so excited. I'm giddy. I'm excited. PS5, Last of Us 2. Oh my God, it's a great time to be a PlayStation gamer. It's such a great time. But let me do my shout outs. Big shout out to Plus Ultra, shout out to Wooflow, shout out to Stardust, man, shout out to Jamar, Andre 6K, Choco, Dancer, appreciate you. Choco's a day one too, guys. Choco she's a vet to the channel. She's a vet. She's been here since day one, pretty much, man. I appreciate Choco so much. Shout out to her. Garuda, appreciate you, bro. Yo, Pitch Black, I appreciate you. AI, I appreciate you so much for coming through. Buck Rogers in the building. Yo, Raph, I appreciate you coming through. Super Milk, shout out to you. Appreciate you coming through. When we meet, thank you for coming through. The first time I'm seeing you here. I'm not sure if you're new or not. If you're new, when we meet, I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, definitely like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yo, Sick Humor TV, I appreciate you, bro, so much. Thank you for coming through. Rollo Guy, appreciate you coming through, bro. Sam Ash, I appreciate you coming through, man. Who else came through? Yo, Jay Barry in the building. That's my boy. Appreciate you coming through. Who else? Stealth Guy Gaming, appreciate you coming through, bro. Who else? Social Joins, I appreciate you coming through, bro. Who else? Corey Macy, appreciate you coming through, man. Who else? Oh, Damisis, appreciate you coming through. EJ also, man, one of the day ones. Shout out to EJ, man, always coming through, man. I appreciate you. Dragon Sword, I appreciate you coming through, bro. Aaron Duranovic, appreciate you coming through. Big Avelli, appreciate you coming through, bro. Who else? I know I'm probably... Oh, Sinister, appreciate you coming through. Shout out to you, bro. Who else? Yeah, that's it, man. I really appreciate you guys, man. Oh, Paradox Cluster, appreciate you coming through, bro. Big shout out to Paradox, man. Stardust, everybody, man. I thank you guys. What's this guy's name? Maloko Mongolo. Yeah, the stream zone. That's a great name. Maloko Mongolo. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Yeah, man, the stream is over, man. Definitely. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. Please be safe. Like I said, we're going to do the games breakdown either tomorrow or Monday, but I'll definitely throw that out on Twitter. Also, man, check out the description and check out content creators that you should definitely check out is Jay Barry and Sick Humor TV. Both of their channels are in the description. Also, if you want to join a dope community, you can join my Discord, One Persona Speaks Discord. The link to my Discord is in the description. Also, if you want to follow me on Twitter, if you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitter. The link to my Twitter is in description as well. My Twitter is @PersonaSpeaks. So, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, definitely follow me on Twitter. And I'm about to go play some games because I'm a gamer. No, I'm not a gamer. I'm a king. Oh, I got you guys. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys. Be safe. Have a fun weekend.